is going on, everybody, and welcome back. Today, I've got a whole slew of anime-related cards and boxes and stuff like that to open up. So we're going to do kind of an anime-themed episode here today, where I'll be talking about anime. We'll be opening some packs of Gundam cards. We've got these Anime Ham cards, and we've got these amazing box of Gundam cards to open too. So we're going to get going here. I just heard on the internets, the news just got out that Netflix is making a new Gundam show, which is going to be incredible. I'm so excited for that. Obviously, I've been talking about Gundam a lot. I ramble about it. It was one of my favorite shows when I was younger. That's how we got here today to all these Gundam and anime stuff. These packs were gifted to me by Julie from the Julie Farnham channel. So huge thank you to Julie for this. These Gundam packs and these Anime Ham packs were gifted to me by Julie Farnham. So big thank you. But what was I saying? Netflix, they just announced a new Gundam show. That is going to be great. Gundam, when I was a kid, I think it was the first anime I had ever seen, to be honest with you. These are pretty cool. I like these old Anime Ham cards. I think it was the first anime I had ever seen. I remember it came on YTV way back in the day. Probably 95, 96. I can't remember exactly. But it was groundbreaking. It was back then on YTV, or at least when I was a kid, all I had ever seen was like Western cartoons, like regular kids cartoons and stuff like that. And then one night around 10 o'clock at night, this show comes on YTV, and there's robots shooting each other and exploding everywhere and people dying and children dying. I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? I couldn't believe it. There we go. That's from that Project AKO. That's a show I used to really enjoy back in the day as well. There we go again. But yeah, my younger brother and I, way back in the day, we used to share a bedroom when we were younger, and we had this weird little JVC, whatever, those little 12-inch TVs with the built-in VCRs. And I remember staying up every night. We used to watch Gundam Wing. I loved that show. It was so groundbreaking because, like I said at the time, all we had ever seen on these YTV and these cartoon channels were these kid-friendly cartoons, and that really absolutely changed everything. It's a crazy show. I don't know how to explain Gundam. It's like a war between Earth and between space. There's all these massive mechs. I can't remember how many mechs there were, or Gundams there were, but the Gundams were these super powerful mech suits that were piloted by children, essentially. What's the main character? Hiro Yui was the main character. But there was a whole bunch of the Gundam pilots. What was the one kid? Maxwell and Chang. Wow, these are impossible to open. But the Wing Zero, the wingsuit Gundam that Hiro Yui piloted, it had some like super advanced system that made whoever piloted it went crazy and lose their minds. So yeah, long story short, he loses his mind. But it's a really good show. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. I have not opened these yet. Look at these. That is so cool. I love that. We're going up right there. That's beautiful. That's a nice shiny foily one too. Tall Geese, the Knight of Tempest. Really cool. I'm super happy to have these. This is the first time I've opened these. I saw Old Man Game open some of these up, but this is the first time I've ever opened them. What haven't we seen Old Man Game open at this point in our lives? I don't know. But yeah, Gundam, crazy show. War and Peace, Earth versus Space. It was just one of those things. It was like early 90s, mid 90s. And after that, it seems like we just had a flood of all these animes come over. Pokemon came out right after that. And then you'd see Dragon Ball started showing up everywhere. I like Dragon Ball, but I prefer Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, which I know most people think is kind of weird. But yeah, all those shows, Sailor Moon, and like I say, and then it was just everywhere. So I think, for me at least, Gundam was very groundbreaking because it was the first anime I had ever seen. But yeah, I'm very excited to see the new Netflix adaptation. It's been a long time since there's been a new Gundam, at least that I know. I haven't seen anything. I went back, after watching Gundam Wing, I really got into it, so I went back and I watched some of the older ones. Mobile Suit Gundam is very old. That's like early 80s kind of thing. So that one was a bit tough to watch at times, but Gundam Unicorn is great. Iron-Blooded Orphans is great. There's so much. These cards are just amazing. We got doubles, though. I thought so. So we got 2 of those shiny foily guys. But yeah, it's great. I just finished watching that Pluto show as well on Netflix, which is why I have so much hopes for this Netflix Gundam show. That Pluto show, it's incredible. I've talked about it a few times. I don't know if anybody out there has seen it yet. When I first saw that pop up on Netflix and I watched it, I thought it was going to be like chaos, like an epidemic, like Walking Dead, Game of Thrones type thing where it just takes over the whole world and takes over the internet. But it's been out for about 6 months now. And I don't know anybody else that's seen it. It's kind of weird because I don't have anyone to talk about it with. But that's a great show too. It's kind of about, well, how do you explain it without spoiling it? It's like a detective. Whoa, that's so nice. Look at that. Shiny foily. Yeah, it's kind of a detective show. And there's some serial killer. And he's out killing or hunting down to try to kill the 7 most powerful robots or AIs in the whole world. And the detective trying to stop the whole thing is one of those such said 7 most powerful AIs or robots or whatever you want to call it. But that show's fantastic. If anybody has Netflix and you're looking for something to watch, even if you don't like anime, you don't have to like anime. It's a detective show. It's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. So yeah, check out Pluto if you're looking for something to watch, because we got 3 of these. How did that happen? We opened 4 packs and we got 3 of those. I don't know. Magic, I guess. I guess I've got magic hands here. But yeah, it's a great show. I do like anime. Obviously, I don't have time to watch as many. Nobody has time to watch anything anymore. Why do I always say it's just me? That's just life. But I don't have the time. Back in the day, I used to watch all the shows and all the new anime and play all the video games and stuff. But now we all just work and we sleep, and that's life. But yeah, Pluto was fantastic. Cowboy Bebop's another one of my favorite anime. I've never opened any of the cards. I know there are cards for that. But that's what I've never got around to. I refuse. I know Netflix also. Speaking of Netflix again. Look at this gorgeous packaging. This box is so nice here. I'm going to pause on my Netflix rant for a second and talk about this gorgeous packaging. But yeah, Netflix, they made a live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. And I refuse to watch it. I absolutely refuse. Because for whatever reason, they just took out like the best character from the whole show for no reason. Didn't explain it at all. They just said it would have been too difficult to portray that character in a live action form. Which, I get it. It is what it is. What is it? Edward. Edward is like the best character in that whole show. And Netflix just said, you know what? We're just not going to put Edward in our show. And that's why I know it's going to be terrible, but I don't even want to watch it for that. Just for that little fact alone that Edward's not in it. So yeah, that's a nice one. I have pulled that one before. I love these Gundam cards. We got the same card, and that's bizarre. Same card, same pack. 2 of them in the same pack. I guess we're getting lots of doubles here today. Well, yeah, Cowboy Bebop is great. I haven't seen the movie for that in a long, long time. But it is fantastic. That's probably, as far as anime go for shows, Cowboy Bebop is probably my #1 favorite. I love that. I love, what's the other one called? Attack on Titan is great. There's so many good ones. Obviously, all the old Studio Ghibli movies, they're not shows, but Princess Mononoke is one of my favorite movies of all times. I can't remember back in the day. I think we got it from that Columbia House. Does anybody remember Columbia House? I remember my parents used to give us those magazines and pick out a couple movies or pick out a couple DVDs. Who knew if we actually paid for it? Nobody ever actually paid for those things on Columbia House. That's really nice too. But yeah, I remember getting that Princess Mononoke movie and watching it all the time at my cottage. And that's just a great movie. All the old Ghibli movies like Nausicaa, Grave of the Fireflies, they're very good. They're very depressing, but they are fantastic movies. These Gundam cards are so nice. I think I've opened, this is the third box of these now. So I do have, there's not too many in the set. I think I had about half the set filled out last time I opened the box and put them all in the binder. So we'll see what we're at after this today. But I do enjoy these. I love these Gundam cards. And as I said before, I'm very excited to see this new Netflix Gundam show. Hopefully it's not absolutely garbage. But there's lots of good anime coming out. What's the other one? One Punch Man. Season 3 of One Punch Man's coming out, which should be awesome. That show is absolutely hilarious. RGM 89. Oh, we got a puzzle. That's only the second puzzle piece I've got out of all 3 boxes of that. And that looks like it's to a pretty damn cool puzzle right there. Focus. These have trouble focusing because there's so much going on, but these look really nice. Yeah, I wish I could get more of the puzzle pieces, but like I say, that's only the second one in 3 boxes, so I don't know. We got that one already. You do get a lot of doubles in this, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. What am I watching right now? Ooh, what the hell is going on in here? What is this? What's going on here? This is like metal. It's like so heavy. What's going on here? What is this? It's got a big chunk of metal. That's just a piece of metal right there in the card. I can't tell if you can see on the camera, but I'm assuming this has got to be something rare here because this is the first one of these I've got out of all 3 boxes. 002. Okay. It's a very strange looking card. Just a big old chunk of metal right there. Okay, so that's really cool. Like I said, I guess this is rare. So I pulled a nice card. But just a big old chunk of metal. Seems a little strange, but I like it. I'm down for it. I really do like that. That weighs, I don't know how I didn't notice this, but like this weighs about 10 times more than one of these packs does. And I didn't notice at the time of picking it up. But there we go. We got a big old Chungus metal card out of here. So yeah, that card, how many of those have we got? I don't know. I'm not sure. How many do we get out of there in the same box? Let's go through and count. Quickly, we will just do, we'll put Big Chungus up in the back there right now. There's one. Maybe not as many as I thought. There's 2. There's 4. I don't know how to count. There's 1, there's 2, there's 4. Yeah, so we got 4 of those same cards. We got 4 of those. We got 3 of these out of the 4 packs, but I'm all right with it. I love it. Who knows, maybe I can hook my brother up with some of these doubles. Like I said, both big Gundam fans. So, that's it for the anime ramblings and the Gundam cards. Now, we will get going with what we've always been doing, with beating this to death for, what has it been? Almost 3 years now. Spinach Hunt Day was a great day this year. I do appreciate everybody who took place in it and who made a video. It was lots of fun watching that stuff. It took me about 4 or 5 days to watch all the spinach hunts this year, just because there were so many. Some of them were quite long. Our mini here is not a spinach, it's a Spain. Spain, we got a Bryce Harper. Who's that? We got Nelson Cruz and Willie McCovey. So, pretty basic pack there, nothing special. I don't think after this, like, I've got a couple packs of this. I don't think I'm going to ever open this stuff up again. I can't explain to you people how much I have of that stuff lying around my house. I've finished the base set. There's 350 cards in the base set. I've finished it 3 times now. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. We have Martinez. We have Lorenzo Kane. We have this Donovan guy. I think he is a soccer player. We have Roger Clemens. And then our mini, as always, went flying. We have Alcantara. And we have Yastrzemski. So again, nothing special in there. But again, my last video I had 3 packs. I pulled 2 relics out of Allen and Ginter. So that's always nice. We have this guy from Modern Family. Henderson. That's a pretty nice rookie card right there. Gunnar Henderson. That's real good. We'll put him up with the big Chungus metal card. We have Mulder. We have a Mitchell rookie. We did not get a CN Tower. We have Urshela. And then we have a Great Horned Owl. So I appreciate everybody checking out this video today. I hope that you all have a great day and enjoy the Chungus.